Hello, everybody. If you haven't already, have your team captain reach out to Maria, send her a thumbs up to let her know that your team is good to go. Hey, Thomas. Glad that you're back. Let's see. Hope you brought your A game today because I think we got a lot of our returning champions coming here. Anywho, if your team leader's here and your team's ready, send a thumbs up to Maria on Facebook Messenger just to let us know that your team is ready. I've already put a link in the little chat there, so if you're on YouTube chat and for some reason you didn't get a hold of Maria, that is if maybe you just registered just mere 10 minutes ago, there is the link where you can reach out to her. All of your answers will be sent through Facebook Messenger directly to Maria. Again, only have your team lead send those messages and just reach out to her if she hasn't already reached out to you and let her know that your team is good to go. We're going to start in just a few moments. Still waiting on a good chunk of teams. So if your team's ready, we'll save everybody some time and just let us have your team captain send a message to Maria and let us know that you are good to go. Today we're raising money for the DIO and the Muses of Dionysus. The DIO. I confirmed myself. Yeah, I just always double check it because I've heard it both ways. But that's just because of that incredible singer, Rodney James, that I think people are paying him unexpected respect. But I believe the theater is likely named after Dionysus, hence the Dio. That is not any research that I've done. I'm just using context clues and guessing. I believe they may have covered it briefly on their About page, maybe. Zito's back. Maria's going to try to swaddle Zito today. Or papoose Zito. Or carry him. For those of you who attended our special Monday night trivia, if you attended a special Monday night trivia, you'll know that it does not go well with Zito. But tonight it's going to, because he's going to be a real trooper. All right, we're still waiting for some teams to check in. Again, today we're raising money for the DIO and the Muses of Dionysus. If you've never been to the DIO before, it is a lovely space filled with great shows and some fabulous dining and some fabulous food and entertainment. A real treat. Now, it's one of the farther theaters we worked for, because I think it's out in Pinckney, if I recall. Pinckney is how it's spelled, but I think I almost heard everybody say Pinckney. Just totally getting rid of that N in there. Anywho, yeah, so it's really a beautiful place. Of course, by playing tonight, you've attributed a small sum to them. But, of course, we'd encourage you a little bit more donations a little later on. You're welcome to make an additional donation whenever you'd like, but I'm going to keep hawking it till the end of the game. Don't you worry. I will not let you forget to donate some extra money to the DIO and the Muses of Dionysus. However, if you can't donate today, you can always support them by just going and seeing their show. Of course, right now they've had to put quite a few shows on suspension, but soon enough, I'm sure they are going to get things up and running again when they are ready. Of course, we encourage you to not just donate to them, but support them by seeing the incredible shows that they have out at the DIO in Pinckney. I guess I didn't bring too much to my stall game today. We're still just waiting on people. We got a lot of our regulars checking in, and luckily the DIO did bring in a few teams. So I know a lot of you are new. Bear with me a moment. How many teams are we waiting on? Many? Many? Like more than 10? Okay, cool. All right, everybody. We're still waiting on about half of our teams to check in with Maria. If you haven't already, make sure your team leader sends a message to Maria. Send just a nice thumbs up on Facebook Messenger to Maria. Again, just your team leader. But have your team leader check in with Maria to let us know that you're ready to go, because we're still waiting on about half of our teams, and we're at 7:02. Of course, we want to be flexible to those newcomers. So if you know someone who's supposed to be playing, of course, make sure that you send this link to them. We posted it on our Facebook page as well as the event page, and then a few personal pages too. So hopefully we spread that around. Okay, good. We got some folks rolling in. What are we looking at, 18, 20? That's a great question. I'll check. Pat Luce, ahoy, glad to see you back. Amanda's back as well. Oh, and TP Team. Ooh, that's great news. That is good news. Unrelated, we got non-trivia related news. Sorry, I'm speaking right into the microphone. Or someone's power was out. My folks' power was out. Luckily, it's back now, finally. Still waiting on a few teams. We got a few more rolling in. We're not at half anymore, but we're still waiting on about 5-6 teams to sign in. If you are one of those teams, let us know ASAP. We're going to give a few more minutes because we do have newcomers coming in, but we don't want to start too late. No, that's okay. For a special trivia night last night, don't worry, the DIO, I won't be bringing up two other trivia nights too much, just once or twice to promote our last and upcoming events. So this night's all about you guys. This Monday, the past Monday, we had a special trivia night. I don't know if we ever officially announced the numbers because they were in flux for a little while. We had over $850 raised for Covenant House Detroit and Detroit Justice Center. So for Detroit Justice Center, Covenant House Detroit, we actually had a split of around $400 each to those two organizations on Monday. So thank you all so much for playing our special Monday trivia that was associated with the George Floyd protests and the police brutality protests. So big shout out to all you who were able to make that special night. Now the real question is, will Maria and I include that with our money statistics? Because it was a bit of an outlier. Yeah, you think you should? Because normally all the other ones we've raised for were theaters. These ones were not theaters, but of course we really felt a call to do something special in this turbulent time.
Okay, I'm ready.
We're ready. Great. Well, that's all the time I needed to stall for. We got about everybody checked in. So we're going to stop talking about our past events and our future events. We're going to start focusing on the DIO and the trivia that we have coming up. Well, if you haven't played trivia with us before, we're going to go over the rules and a few other housekeeping items first. Hunker in your bunker for 2 rounds of trivia. We're going to be having a 10-question round, then a little bonus round, normally made up of 3 to 5 extra questions all in one. And then we're going to be having a final question. Note that there are going to be 2 final questions, and your score overall is cumulative. Whatever the score is you have by the end of the game, that's going to be who wins. By default, the questions are going to be worth 2 points each. Unless stated otherwise, we will have some bonus points sprinkled in here and there. And of course, the wager question, you do get to gamble. You can bet all, some, or none of the points you've earned that round. And for the final question at the very end of the game, you can bet all of the points that you've won that round. So you can be bold and go all in. You can be conservative and bet nothing. We have had a team win by betting nothing just because nobody knew it and they played safe. Or you can play smart and just kind of think about how many points you want to put in. So again, we got some wagered questions coming in at the end of both rounds. And of course, whoever has the most points at the end, they're going to be the winner for tonight. We will go over the pot in just a few questions from now, but second place will be getting 15% and first place will be getting 35% of the buy-in. Again, that is only for the buy-in, the $5 that it took to get to play the game. Any additional donations will be going to the DIO and the Muses of Dionysus. In regards to playing the game, you can talk to your teammates however you want. However, talking outside of your team of up to 6 and referring to any manuals, using the internet, using your phone, using your encyclopedias, anything like that is forbidden, as you would expect in trivia. Please note that if it is a multiple point question, that is, it has, we say name 3 out of 5, or say give us answer 1 and answer 2. Make sure that you're only sending one text bubble to Maria, just one message to Maria. Just put a few spaces in between there or number them. She does not want to receive multiple answers, multiple separate bubbles. And lastly, there are no takebacks. Make sure you are sure of your answer. Typically, you're going to have 2 minutes to think about your answer. So feel free to use as much as you want. Once you answer, you cannot unanswer. You cannot change your answer. So please keep that in mind. With that, we've gone over all of our rules. Shall we get started, Maria? Zito?
Can you put this behind you?
Of course I can. Maria's handing me a dirty dish.
Here, I'll get it. Thank you.
Not related to trivia, but important nonetheless. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. Here are our round 1 categories. You don't need to memorize these, but it's a good hint for what's to come. You may find a few hints in here as well. Our round 1 categories are going to be about Black women, gaming systems, movie stars, Netflix, also movie stars, elections, People's Choice, Billboard Hot 100, political parties, and dinosaurs. To answer the questions in the live chat, please do not answer in the live chat. The live chat is merely for making light of the situation, discussing things unrelated to questions, and smack talking and trash talking other teams, of which, of course, we encourage you to do. We have a lot of great rivalries between here, and we love to feed them more. But have your team leader.
We have space.
Yeah, we can make rivalries for you, or you can become a rival with us. Which is, I don't know if I'd recommend because we run it, but it's an option. Anyways, make sure that your team leader is sending the answers to Maria on Facebook Messenger. If you do not have Facebook Messenger, you should, because everybody's checked in there. I just posted it in the chat again. Again, have your team leader and your team leader only send your answers to Maria. Again, our round 1 categories are Black women, gaming systems, movie stars, Netflix, also movie stars, elections, People's Choice, Billboard Hot 100, political parties, and dinosaurs. This is going to be a very pop culture heavy game tonight, so get excited if you like pop culture. Round 1. In 1992, Dr. Mae Jemison became the first Black woman to do what? In 1992, Dr. Mae Jemison became the first Black woman to do what? It's all good.
Yes?
Yes.
Sorry.
No, it's no problem.
Sorry, everyone.
Oh, it's no issue.
Sorry, everyone.
It's no need to apologize. You have 2 minutes to get that answer in. 2 minutes on the clock. I'll give you a 30-second warning. Again, you're going to use Facebook Messenger to have your team captain, your team lead, send that answer to Maria when you're all ready. I believe every team captain has checked in with Maria, so they shouldn't be too confused by that.
Yeah, we're good. Today went smooth.
Good. I'm glad to hear. Maria thinks it went smooth. We're going to see if Precious Baby Zito keeps it smooth. For those of you who are new, a couple things to note. Maria and I are just running this out of our home, out of the goodness of our hearts. If you hear any cooing or crying, that's because we have our 3-month-old baby with us.
He's not 3 months anymore?
You're right. He's 3 months, 2 weeks.
He's
3 month, almost 3 month, 3 weeks. So you'll excuse the cooing or we have to jump out.
You might need to go grab the carrier.
Sure. 45 seconds on the clock. 45 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, that sounds good.
And 15 seconds. Get those answers in if you haven't already. Some people think it sounds cute, but it's not when you live with it all day. The crying. All right, we're at time. In 1992, Dr. Mae Jameson became the first black woman to do what? That'd be go to outer space. Go to outer space. Become an astronaut would also be, we were a little flexible with that. Go to outer space, become an astronaut. Mae Jemison, first African-American woman in space and to be a astronaut that has left the planet Earth. All right, going on to question 2. Maybe we'll get a red card gif a little later on. Question 2, PlayStation 2 is part of the 6th generation of video game consoles. Name either the Sega or Nintendo home console that is also part of the 6th generation. Bonus, name both. Again, PlayStation 2 is part of the 6th generation of video game consoles. Name either the Sega or Nintendo home console that is also part of the 6th generation. Bonus, name both. With bonus questions, there is no risk to guessing. If you get a bonus question wrong, you do not get a deduction. You can even get a bonus question right without getting the main question. In this case, it's impossible, but in other cases, it is possible to do. So no risk in guessing a second item, but please give us only 2. Of course, you have 2 minutes on the clock if I didn't say so already. Yeah.
Yeah.
1 minute on the clock.
What do you want from us? Oh. He's got one.
Oh, that's you. Sorry, I spooked me. 15 seconds on the clock. All right, PlayStation 2 is part of the 6th generation of video game consoles. Name either the Sega or Nintendo home console that is also part of the 6th generation. Bonus for an extra 2 points, name both Sega Dreamcast and the Nintendo GameCube. Again, we would have taken Sega Dreamcast or Nintendo GameCube, or just Dreamcast or GameCube, or whatever order you want to do there. But if you gave both, you got an extra 2 bonus points. This time moving forward, you're going to see me standing and dancing around because baby Zito is having a hard time. Moving on to number 3. What actors' film roles include Star-Lord in Guardians of the Galaxy, Emmett Burkowski in the Lego Movie, and Owen Grady in Jurassic World? What actors' film roles include Star-Lord in Guardians of the Galaxy, Emmett Burkowski in the Lego Movie, and Owen Grady in Jurassic World? You have 2 minutes on the clock. Correct. If you're drinking something special tonight, go ahead and comment about it in the chat. Amy picked up one of our classic questions while we were dropping the ball. Ooh, yeah, some iced tea. I'm going to get some of that delicious Detroit tap water. Zito's recently pounded down a tasty 5 ounces of milk.
Is it recent?
I don't know.
How recent?
2 hours ago.
Just feed it to him.
Cool.
Is this the kind of content you guys want?
Yes. This is what people came here for, a baby gently crying. You got 15 seconds left on the clock. Get those answers in if you haven't already. I will. Alrighty. If you haven't gotten those answers in, now's your last chance. We're going to move forward. What actors... Zito, come on.
I'm back, baby! What actors' film roles include Star-Lord in the Guardians of the Galaxy, Emmett Burkowski in the Lego Movie, and Owen Grady in Jurassic World? That would... Wow, I always mess this up. That would be Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt. Moving on to question 4. If I can... Oh my gosh. You guys, there's a reason I keep score. I'm going to try to make sure I don't click anything. Which Netflix reality competition show, co-hosted by Nicole Byer and Jacques Torres, involves amateurs attempting to recreate intricately designed baked goods, including cakes? That's which Netflix reality competition show, co-hosted by Nicole Byer and Jacques Torres, involves amateurs attempting to recreate intricately designed baked goods, including cakes. 2 minutes on the clock. Ignore my baby's screams. You've got about 1 more minute on the clock. About 20 seconds. Get those in. Last call here. Last call for answers. Okay. Which Netflix reality competition show, co-hosted by Nicole Byer and Jacques Torres, involves amateurs attempting to recreate intricately designed baked goods, including cakes? The answer is Nailed It. Nailed it. Well done. Nicole Byer is my favorite comedian. I recommend. I got to plug her. She's my favorite. You can listen to her on Drag Her, a drag race recap podcast. Best friends with her and Shazir Zameda. Why Won't You Date Me, which is her original podcast, and what's the Star Wars one, Andy? Newcomers. Where? Listen, it's fun. They're paying me. Nicole Byer's paying me. I wish. All right. Question 5. What actress has received 7 Academy Awards nominations, including her roles for Iris, Little Children, and Steve Jobs? What actress has received 7 Academy Awards nominations, including her roles for Iris, Little Children, and Steve Jobs? 2 minutes on the clock. Oh, sorry. You've got about 1 minute on the clock. 30 seconds-ish. 30 seconds. This is our last call here. Last call. All right. What actress has received 7 Academy Awards nominations, including her roles for Iris, Little Children, and Steve Jobs? That actress is Kate Winslet. I appreciate the several Titanic-themed emoji strings that I got for this one. I really do. And with that, question 6. What former vice president was the Democratic candidate in the 1984 U.S. presidential election? What former vice president was the Democratic candidate in the 1984 U.S. presidential election? I'm going to turn it back to Andy for 2 minutes on the clock here. But it was nice talking to you. Maybe I'll be back later.
She'll be back later. Don't worry. The beast is currently tamed, but for how long? Great question. I know some people may wonder, well, if Maria can read the questions and tally the scores and do all the calculations and take in all the answers, what do you need me for? That's a great question. It's a very good question. I guess I'm here for maybe just the moral support. I'm the idea man. Maria's the doer.
Are they entertained by you?
No, I'm entertained by them. Some great smack talk from Quarantine and TP Team. If you're really pleased by the rudeness that's going on in the chat, please, you can have a rival too. We got a lot of great teams here.
Is Quarantine going to add another rival now that their captain's daughter has a team?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Their captain's daughter has a team. Maybe they want a secondary rivalry. I mean, it's not unheard of. Maybe overkill, but not unheard of. I don't know, man. I just kind of focus all my hate on one. All right, we got 15 seconds left on the clock. Get those answers in if you haven't already. If you've been confused as to where to send them, it's to Maria. Hopefully you should know that by now. We're well into the game. Oh, good.
We have good teams today.
Yeah, we got some great teams. A lot of smarties. Do we have any perfect scores yet? I think so.
Yes.
I think we still have some perfect scores. Many perfect scores. Okay, we still got perfect scores on the board. But don't worry, we still got plenty of questions left. But you're going to find out the answer to this one if you didn't know it already. What former vice president was the Democratic candidate in the 1984 U.S. presidential election? That'd be Walter Mondale. Walter Mondale. Yeah, a lot of people knew their political histories. Don't worry, we got some more political party questions coming up. What 2018 film earned 4 People's Choice Awards nominations, including Drama Movie Star of 2018 for both Emily Blunt and John Krasinski? What 2018 film earned 4 People's Choice Award nominations, including Drama Movie Star of 2018 for both Emily Blunt and John Krasinski? Never heard him make that noise before. These are new noises. 2 minutes on the clock. Two minutes on the clock. That's 2 minutes of me standing and dancing. Standing and swaying to soothe the gentle beast. I'm the gentle beast. He's the one who's smoothing and swaying. Like I said, a pretty pop culture heavy game tonight, which I don't mind. Yeah, no. I don't mind at all. We're going to have history and political questions sprinkled in. We had a space question. We almost always throw a space question in. Don't worry. We're going to have our obligatory sports question. Do we normally have an astrological questions?
The past couple weeks we have.
I don't think I noticed that pattern.
But not this week.
No, not this week. No baby questions. Here's a baby question. Bree and I have to decide what non-milk based food we got to give Zito first. Anybody out there have an idea for Zito's first mashed food?
It might not be, well, it'll probably be
Mashed, pureed.
Probably.
I'm not gonna give the boy a whole peanut.
It's a different now. They like cut stuff.
Cut stuff?
Yeah.
Salami.
How much is
Boys,
bread for Mary?
boys can have a little salami. We got 15 seconds left on the clock. Get those answers in. 15 seconds. Zito, calm down, oh. I have more original songs.
Right now.
What do you mean anti-orange foods? Foods that are orange? Foods that are made from oranges or foods that are colored orange?
Foods that are colored orange I'm not allowed to have anymore.
Huh.
I have too much vitamin A in my body.
Maria has too much vitamin A. Have you ever heard of such a problem?
My bad.
What 2018 film earned 4 People's Choice Awards nominations, including Drama Movie Star of 2018 for both Emily Blunt and John Krasinski? Speaking of orange foods, A Quiet Place. A Quiet Place is the answer we're looking for. Saw it in theaters. It was very quiet. The One I Love, which peaked at number 9 in 1987, was the first top 10 hit on the Billboard Hot 100 for what 2007 inductees into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? The One I Love, which peaked at number 9 in 1987, was the first top hit on the Billboard Top 100 for what 2007 inductees into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? You got 2 minutes on the clock. And rest assured, I will be rocking for those 2 minutes. Speaking of rock and roll, to soothe this 15-pound lump.
Is he fit? I don't know if he's 15 pounds.
Okay, 13.8.
It's a guess.
Spare me my. I think I can round. I can round. No, don't do a guess my weight game with my child.
Why not?
This isn't a carnival. All right, people are doing it. It's fine.
The winner will get an extra point the week.
No.
The week of his next act.
His next doctor. Well, yeah, we're not gonna know. Sarah, haven't you raised some baby animals before? You know what? Maybe not. I mean, most things need food. If you can feed a dog, you can feed a baby. Well, that may not be true because we may feed Zito more than we feed Pink, our dog. James did send in some good questions for his Shorner. There's a reason you don't farm anymore. Wow, scary. That's very funny. That is the best possible response you could have had to that question. Great joke, Sarah. Or sad reality. I don't know. If you don't know the one that I love, ask one of your teammates to hum a few bars for you because you only got 15 seconds left. You should have done that a while ago. All right. Good news. We're at time. That means I'm going to give you the answer to the question. The One I Love, which peaked at number 9 in 1987, was the first top 100 hit on the Billboard Hot 100 for what 2007 inductees into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? It'd be REM. There's REM, and there's the whole REM crew back together in 1987. Jesse Ventura won the 1998 Minnesota gubernatorial election as a candidate for what political party? Jesse Ventura won the 1998 Minnesota gubernatorial election as a candidate for what political party? Jesse Ventura, what an incredible tale that really just shouts America. Just an incredible person all around. How much really want to talk about Jesse Ventura, but I don't want to give away too much. If you don't know him, I would kind of give you some hints as to who he is. If a team doesn't know him, I don't want to remind you who he is. It's kind of for you to decide, but don't worry. We're going to talk about Jesse Ventura after this. Okay, we're going to sit down. We're going to sit down and see if this works. Ooh, Meg raises a good question. What should Zito's first dog food be? Wet, dry, little bites, full bites? They have a lot of that pumpkin-based dog food.
That makes sense.
I feel like he may get that
I think that he might poo too much.
from the pumpkin-based dog food.
That's a thing that people give their dogs so that they can more easily poo.
Oh, hear that, Pink?
They don't even know who Pink is.
I'm sorry, Pink is our dog. "30 seconds left on the clock." "15 seconds left on the clock. Get those answers in.
Someone knew it. But only one team so far. This was a toughie.
It is a toughie. It is a toughie.
But people got it.
No, people got it.
Some.
Yeah, that's great. All right. Jesse Ventura won the 1998 Minnesota gubernatorial election as a candidate for what political party? That'd be the Reform Party. Jesse Ventura, star of hit movie Predator
Stop.
and WWF.
I don't like when
Jesse Ventura
Stop it.
went on to become the governor of Minnesota after an incredible WWF career and starring in the hit movie Predator.
Wait, please stop.
Question 10. In what geological period did dinosaurs first appear? Question 10. In what geological period did dinosaurs first appear?
This is fun.
Yeah, dinosaurs are great. I can do a better Jesse Ventura impression. It's just been a while.
We don't need to hear it.
I'm going to work on it in private. I'll bring it back to you next Thursday. I know I've done better. He lives off the grid now. He lives off the grid, and he had a show called Off the Grid about him living off the grid, which is confusing because that kind of showed where he was on the grid. Oh boy, Jesse the Body Ventura. We've had Trump was on an episode of WWE once. Did you ever see that, Maria?
Yeah.
It's really something. Jesse Ventura went from being a Navy SEAL to being on WWF to becoming a mayor and then becoming a governor. That's just that really talks about all the values of our great country. It covers them all. "30 seconds left on the clock. Get those answers in." All righty. We are at time. In what geological period did dinosaurs first appear? That'd be the Triassic period. The Triassic period is the answer that we were looking for there. All right, so that was our last normal question of our first round. We're going to be going into the bonus questions. Now, something to note about the bonus questions is that you're going to have multiple questions all in one. You can answer some, none, or all, all or none of them, and you're not going to get deducted points if you make any wrong guesses. Now, we do ask that you send all the answers in one message. Please send them all in one message and send them in order as best you can. Again, we can take some discrepancies here. Maria's pretty clever. She can kind of interpret a few things, but please send them all in one message and send them in order. We're going to go on over to our bonus round. Company logos. For each company or brand, give the type of animal that appears in the logo. It's going to be 2 points per correct answer. If you get something wrong, you're not going to get deducted points. Don't you worry. This is just a bit of an equalizer. For each company or brand, give the type of animal that appears in their logo. MSN, Pugot, that's not right, Bacardi, and Baby Fat. MSN, Pugot, Bacardi, Baby Fat.
Have you learned your lesson yet?
I read it. I just didn't think about pronouncing it. Well, help me out here. What is it? I did read the game.
And you thought to yourself, I'll wing it.
I was thinking to myself, what is that answer? And I knew the answer, but I didn't think about the thing. Because I just kind of do the game in my head. But I don't necessarily read everything. I don't do a pronounce through.
Sure.
Are you upset? Am I pronouncing Baby Fat wrong? You got 3 minutes to get these answers in. And give a little more cushion time.
I already forgot the answer.
That's fine. Come on, Zito. I'm trying to do some math here.
Zito's not a manster. I like that they think he is.
He could be. One day. You got 1 minute on the clock. 1 minute on the clock to get those bonus questions in. Just another 15 seconds to get those bonus questions in. All right, and we're at time. All right, our questions were company logos. For each company or brand, give the type of animal that appears in the logo. MSN was a butterfly. Peugeot was a lion. Bacardi was a bat. And I forgot what it was. Cat Vat was a cat. Baby Fat was a cat. Baby Fat was a cat. Went off memory on that one. So we're looking for those answers. If you got any one of those in, again, that's an additional 2 points per item that you got correct. You did not have to get them all correct. You did not have to get them all correct. All right, we're going to go on over to our final question for round one. The final question, you can bet as many as the points that you have, up to the amount of points that you've won from the past round. Do note that your points that you get at the end of the wager do roll over to the next round, to the final question. They're not separate. It still counts towards your final score. So you may not want to go all in, or you may think you want to be bold and go all in, or anything in between. Maria is putting the finishing touches on that. We're going to read you your scores in just a second. Here is the category. Purchasing countries. We're going to be talking about purchasing countries. Again, you can bet as many points as you've won here, and here is Maria with the score update.
Hello, I'm back. All right, here we go. Tim is Thinking, 14 points. Temple of Zoom, 20 points. Team Troglodytes, 24 points. Brown Street Babes, 20 points. Corn Team Triple Date, 24 points. Rebel Rousties, 18 points. TP Team, 24 points. The Barn Rats, 14 points. Waiting for Fauci, 22 points. Let's Meet at the Theater, 18 points. GoPros, 26 points. Open Book Starcatchers, 30 points. Those people, 12 points. Last week's winner, 16 points. Team Kelvin, 6 points. Ronnie Myrtle, 26 points. Polana, 20 points. Kevin and the Zits, 26 points. Smashing the Patriarchy, 20 points. And the Greek Gods, 20 points. If you think I'm wrong, no problem. Send me a correction. I was wrong quite a few times on Monday. I was a little overwhelmed doing everything. And if you want all in, cool. But try to remember your point total and say your actual number of points, okay? Once I get those all in, I will reveal the final question.
You got 2 minutes to think about your wager. 2 minutes to think about the wager. Consider the topic that we give you, purchasing countries. Once we have all the wagers in, or once 2 minutes has passed, we're going to go on to the final question regardless. If we don't get a wager from your team, we will assume you're wagering 0. Again, if we don't get a wager, we're going to assume you're 0. Please tell her if it's 0, though. Yeah. It is. It's unnecessary. Stressful to wait. Exactly. So please tell us if it's going to be 0. Speaking of zeros, none of you are zeros. Everybody here is very kind and very generous. We've been taking in your money all night, and we're going to keep taking your money here. We are here for the DIO and the Muses of Dionysus. Really beautiful theater, located out in Pinckney. Again, if you haven't been there after this whole COVID thing blows over, please go. You're going to have a great time. You're really going to enjoy the show. One of the things that I've been really pleased with is that the DIO has been very active on their social media and their website this whole time. Just a few days ago, they had a little concert. I'm sorry, not a little concert. That sounds condescending. They had an incredible concert on their website. They had a really great concert on the website that you can still view if you go to their website. I think Sonia Marquis, who's playing tonight, was in it as well. So you can go to their live concert event at their website, diotheater.com. Again, that's diotheater.com. And follow their Facebook page where they've been having a lot of singing content, singing kind of competition type thing. I'm trying to think of the word. Musical content. Thank you. I don't know why I'm blanking here. You have to understand. I have a child in my arms and I get distracted. So I'm balancing a lot. I'm doing the best I can.
You have a machine holding him up.
Yes, but mentally and activity wise, I'm putting my energy at a lot of things. I'm putting it in work, putting it into the child, putting it into my relationship with you, putting it into the home, putting it into this beautiful fundraiser that we're putting on for the incredible DIO Theater and the Muses of Dionysus. Anyways, that was a distraction. What I wanted to say is, due to your generosity, we have a cash prize for first place of $35 and a second prize for $15. So again, just with the buy-in, we have $35 is what you can win in first place, and you can win $15 if you come in second place. But the real winners are the DIO, who have already raised $230. $230. Incredible generosity. Hurrah, huzzah to the DIO, and hurrah and huzzah to you. Now, we're currently at $230. I am pretty dang optimistic, and I would encourage you to do so. We got a lot of people watching today. If you haven't donated, please send some additional cash our way via the PayPal link. That's I'm going to be on the bottom of a few of our screens, or the Venmo link. If just a few people donate $5, if some of the 50 people who watch send us $5, or even just $1 or $2, we're going to be able to grit that $300 barrier. I want to break $300 by the halfway point of our next round. So by question 5, please consider sending in whatever you can. I know things are tough, but the DIO is working hard to continue to produce content during these difficult times. Like I said, you can check out their beautiful live concert event on their website, or go to their Facebook page where they have days and days and days worth of some incredible content from the many actors that they employ. If you go to their Facebook or their website, you're going to definitely see a familiar face. They certainly hire a lot of great people in the Metro Detroit and Ann Arbor area. So Thank you all so much for your generosity so far. We've already raised $230 for the DIO. And then you guys are going to be fighting over about $50 total. So keep that up. With that, we got all of our wagers in. Considered sending some extra money. We want to get to 300 by question 5 of round 2. And I know you guys are generous enough to get us there. We're going to talk about purchasing countries. Here is your final question. The United States Virgin Islands, a group of 3 main islands and approximately 50 islets, were purchased by the U.S. from what country in 1917 for $25 million? The United States Virgin Islands, a group of 3 main islands and approximately 50 islets, were purchased by the U.S. from what country in 1917 for $25 million? We have a final question, so it's 3 minutes on the clock. 3 minutes on the clock. Get those answers in. Who's in the Shorner? I haven't really been able to keep track.
Unfortunately, she thinks that a butterfly isn't an animal.
The butterfly isn't an animal?
It's an insect.
Insects are in the animal kingdom. A worm is an animal. A spider is an animal. You know what? I'm sorry, I'm going off on you, Anna. But it sounds like you're going to be in the Shorner.
So excited for my question.
That's right, Anna. Anna is going to be sending several questions into Maria at some point this week. And we are going to, if she thinks she can do a better trivia game, if she thinks she can make better trivia questions, prove it, Anna. Send us in those questions. Prove it if you think you can write better questions than us. We're working so hard. We are working hard. I work hard. I get the events running. I've done several games by myself. Yeah. You've done more games by yourself. I don't know if you need to condescend. Yes, Maria's written the past few games by herself exclusively. Maybe the past 4. Past 4 or 5. I don't know. I won't do it. But a lot of the games we split, and also I've written a lot of the games myself. So don't let her, I'm not going to let her take this high road here.
Should you be in the Shorner?
No, I'm not going in the Shorner. It's my Shorner. Yeah, I was going to say, if you don't think a butterfly is an animal, what do you think it is? You think it's an insect.
She said insect.
Okay.
Really? You're agreeing with that?
No, I'm not. I see where she's coming from, but I disagree and it's wrong. Harley poses if they're plants. Yeah, not plants. They feed from plants, though. Oh, but Anna, we're just teasing, having some light fun. But the Shorner is very real. You do have to write us a question.
The Shorner is real, and I hope it's scary.
Yeah, you should. We didn't have a Shorner person the last couple rounds.
That's true. You guys have been on your best.
People have been very nice.
Lately.
Yes. Lately. 30 seconds left on the clock. Get your answers in ASAP. There's a lot riding on this. It would be very sad if you didn't get this just because you forgot to send an answer in. And we're ticking to that mark. I said I wanted 300 by question 5, which is probably like around 8:30 or so, roughly, the next 30 minutes. We're getting closer there because now we're at 240. We just got $60 left to go.
Nice.
People are still being generous. Like I said, we got a lot of people watching. If everybody who hasn't donated money to us directly just sends in $3, $5, that'd be about $100. That'd be over $100 if everybody who hasn't already donated sends in $5. We got about 50 people watching right now. We've had a good chunk of people making extra donations, but we have a lot of people are donating big chunks. I would love to see a lot of little support coming in. I know things are weird. Again, some of you may be currently unemployed or between jobs, having your own COVID stress. If you can't donate tonight, that's okay. It's really okay. It's certainly okay if you can't donate tonight, but if you can't donate tonight, please, please, please consider going back to the DIO when they open back up for some beautiful live theater. All right, we're at time. That's more than the time I was supposed to give you, so you sure as heck better put those in. Yeah, we're still waiting on one, but you know what? We're past time. If they don't get it in by the time I go click the answer, they lost those points. I don't know what to tell you.
Come on, Temple of Zoom.
Temple of Zoom, quarantine. All right. The United States Virgin Islands, a group of 3 main islands and approximately 50 islets, were purchased by the U.S. from what country in 1917 for $25 million? That'd be Denmark. We purchased those bad boys from Denmark. Thank you, U.S. Virgin Islands, and all the incredible things that you give us. All right. Maria is inputting a few things on her end, but we're going to jump on over to round 2. Here are our round 2 categories. Drinks, airplanes, Seinfeld, apples, MLB, states, U.S., Harry Potter films, pets, sugar cereals, and booze. Again, we're going to be asking you questions about drinks, airplanes, Seinfeld, apples, Major League Baseball, U.S. states, Harry Potter films, pets, sugar cereals, and booze. Again, you don't need to memorize these. These are just little hints to help you get through. All right, moving on to question 1 of round 2. Brittany Broski went viral on TikTok and other social media apps in 2019 for a video that showed her different reactions to her first taste of what beverage? Brittany Broski went viral on TikTok and other social media apps in 2019 for a video that showed her different reactions to her first taste of what beverage? Now, Maria's reveal in the next one really helped me because I never knew what this was from. So I didn't know what on earth we were talking about until I saw the answer. And I said, oh, yeah, I always wondered what the deal with that meme was. Like I said, we got a pretty pop culture heavy round tonight. And like I said, if you haven't had a chance to donate yet, once you're done answering a question, answering the questions is the most important thing. I want to get these answers in because I want you to have fun, want you to have a good time, and answering questions is a big part of it. But if you have your answers in and you haven't donated yet, now may be a great time to do so. I just put the Venmo and PayPal information on the bottom of the live chat. It's gonna pop up every once in a while on the screen to help remind you. But if you need it, again, I put it in the live chat as well. Venmo is at Andy-Gatens. PayPal is andygatens@gmail.com. Shorner, come on. Maria's livid. She's upset. She's angry. She can't speak. She's minced for words. That's her loaf of bread being done. We got 30 seconds on the clock. So first off, get those answers in. Someone is upset by all the pop culture questions we have. We were very upfront. We're in a pop culture heavy game today. I'm sorry, who was it? Team Calvin. Oh boy. Team Calvin. Maria's livid. She's fuming. The smile has faded from her face. She's angrily typing on the keyboard. She not great criticism. Apparently we have too much pop culture in there. Way too much pop culture. So Team Calvin.
Question, just a statement.
Yeah, not a question, just a statement. Team Calvin is now officially in the Shorner. If you think you can write a better trivia than Maria, if you think you can write a better trivia than my stunning, intelligent wife, please send us your questions. Send us 3 questions that you think are better trivia than the incredible questions that Maria has spent pay-free working on while being a full-time school teacher, being a full-time school teacher and a full-time mother, Maria develops these incredible questions so we can raise it for beautiful theaters and nonprofit organizations. So
How should I respond?
I don't. Maria doesn't know what to say right now. You know.
I accept your apology.
Oh, okay. She accepted the apology. She's been subdued. Of course, Amanda coming in with Maria as a goddess, I'm sure makes her feel a little better as well. And Pat Luce, oh, I missed it. Anywho, Maria is a warrior goddess. That's true. Okay, moving on to this. Brittany Broski went viral on TikTok and other social media apps in 2019 for a video that showed her different reactions to her first taste of what beverage? Kombucha. I said it right the first time. I just like hearing K. I didn't know where that came from. I don't like that meme personally. Anyways, moving on. In 1973, what British-French supersonic passenger airline made the world's first scheduled transatlantic passenger flight? I'm laughing still. She's so angry. In 1973, what British-French supersonic passenger airline made the world's first scheduled transatlantic passenger flight? It's very scary because sometimes when people are so angry, they laugh because they don't know what to do. And that's what she's doing right now. She's cackling like a witch. Oh, oh boy. Thankfully, we're going on a little vacay tomorrow. Hopefully, that'll ease things. No, I got work tomorrow. In 1973, what British-French supersonic passenger airline made the world's first transatlantic passenger flight? Get those answers in. Why did I say what? Mm-hmm.
I thought this one was hard, but
Yeah, apparently not. Maria went too easy on you with this one, I guess. I have great news. I wanted to break 300 by question 5, and we demolished that. I'm still calculating the numbers because I got it from a few sources. But congrats all. We've raised $300 for the DIO and the Muses of Dionysus. So big round of applause to you all for shattering the goal and well exceeding 300 before we get there. I'm going to give you an update, but of course, don't let that generosity flow. I know some of you still haven't given yet, and that's okay if you're not able to. But if you're in a comfy place, you have $2 to spare, $3 to spare, $5 to spare. The DIO unfortunately had to cancel quite a few of their programs, quite a few of their shows. We really want to reach out and help them out because of all the incredible work that they do. Moving on to the next question. Don't worry, we're going to talk about the DIO a little more. We're still going to get them more money, but let's move on to the rest of the game. In 1973, what British-French supersonic passenger airline made the world's first scheduled transatlantic passenger flight? That'd be the Concorde. The Concorde is the answer that we were looking for. All right, moving on to our next question. What superhero, a favorite of the title character, is referenced in several dozen episodes of Seinfeld? What superhero, a favorite of the title character, is referenced in several dozen episodes of Seinfeld? The title character is Seinfeld, to clarify. By this we mean the title character of Seinfeld. Oh, sometimes we have such a big jump in donations that I don't like believe it. So I have to like do my math several times. That's one of the situations. And it's a great situation to be. Because we have donations coming in from different places.
I know.
I like, let me make sure I'm doing that math right. Cause that was a big jump. And if we had a big jump like that, get your hands ready. Get your hands nice and toasty to start patting yourselves on the back. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take out some of the money that's my regular money out of my Venmo so I don't have to do that. So I can at least skip one step of my math. I did it earlier, but then I got more for an unrelated thing. No, that Marie and I are just doing this on our own. We're not affiliated with the DIO. We're not affiliated with anybody. Yeah, we work in the theater scene a lot. Marie and I both do a lot of independent contracting. I'm sure a lot of you know us from our various works here and there. But again, this is just something that we're working on the kindness of our hearts, and we don't take any of this money. I insist to you that all this money is going directly to the theaters that we raise it for. Marie and I are not taking any percentages or dollar signs, and we of course like to chip in a little bit here and there ourselves as well. So you can rest assured that this is all going to the theater that we are raising those funds for. You have just about 15 seconds on the clock to answer this question. Yeah. No, that was right. Sorry. Like I said, I like to take my place. I'm going to give you the question, and then I'm going to give you a bit of an update on that math. What superhero, a favorite of the title character, is referenced in several dozen episodes of Seinfeld? That'd be Superman. So that Seinfeld loves Superman. Is Sunil here tonight? Sunil's not here tonight. Sunil, one of our regulars, he goes by different team names, does have a Seinfelds podcast where he talks about an episode of Seinfeld. So if you love Seinfeld, you want to talk about your favorite episode or bring one of your favorite episodes to talk about, check out Seinfelds on Facebook and wherever podcasts are downloaded. Again, Sunil, great friend of the trivia night, as well as a close personal friend. Going to question 4. Red Delicious spent over 50 years as the most grown apple in the United States before being surpassed by what variety in 2018? Red Delicious spent over 50 years as the most grown apple in the United States before being surpassed by what variety in 2018? If you're hungry for apples, you know this one. I'm hungry for apples. Who doesn't like a good apple? I'll tell you though, Red Delicious, the worst of the bunch. It's just mealy, it's soft, it's, I'm glad that it was around to help spark apple fever in the country. But now it's just not the top anymore. It's way towards the bottom. Not a Red Delicious fan. What I am a fan is of your incredible generosity, your incredible kindness to beautiful theaters like the DIO and the Muses of Dionysus. So far, we've raised, and this is not counting the $50 prizes, we've raised $475 for the DIO. What a jump. I said I wanted 300 by question 5 of round 2. We're at 475 at question 4. 475, and we still about a half an hour of content left to go. So big round of applause to you smarties. We got a lot of people working hard to take home that prize money, but the DIO has already got a significant amount of change in their pockets. 475 for this beautiful, beautiful theater.
Would you consider this a culture question?
It is about culture in America, and it's contemporary. This is a contemporary culture question.
Thank you. Just sticking to the theme.
It's contemporary culture. So like I said, we're at 475. I would love to break 500 by question 7. I'll give you a little bit. Right now we're about to answer question 4. We got just about 2-3 questions. I really think that the DIO would appreciate us breaking 500 before we even get there. And I know it can be done because we got about 60 people watching. And just the math, the math adds up pretty well that a lot of people have donated. And again, if you can't donate tonight, that's A-OK. Please believe us. If you can't donate tonight, that's okay. But please go to the DIO and their website, get some tickets, make some reservations for when they return, or support them. They, of course, have their own pages as well, but you can go on over to diotheater.com, check out the beautiful live virtual concert that they put on last week. Sonia Arquis, who's playing today, she was in it and she did beautiful. So go ahead and consider that. If you can't sponsor, Tipping Point. Can you have friends? Apparently you can have friends on Venmo. I don't know if I really knew that, but apparently I keep denying Dan from Tipping Point. He asks every week and I never had him. That's because Dan, if you want that kind of friendship, I can give that to you. I'll check. I'll figure out how to add people as friends on Venmo. Red Delicious spent over 50 years as the most grown apple in the United States before being surpassed by what variety in 2018? That'd be the Gala apple. Everybody loves a Gala apple. Gala apple.
I don't know. I'm asking.
Gala? What do you guys think? If you think it's Gala apple, go ahead and put hashtag Galagate. If you think I'm pronouncing it wrong, it's Gala apple. Go ahead and put Gala mate. What is that? Gala mate. Sure.
Like, I like Gala.
Okay, great. Gala mate. If you think I'm right, and it's I don't even remember how I originally pronounced it. How did I say it? Gala. Now I immediately forget. I don't know. Somebody help us out. If it's Gala or Gala, someone look it up. We got to have an apple expert. It's Gala. Okay.
Pink lady is good.
All right. Going on. I'm a Brayburn man myself. Love a Brayburn. Nice, crisp, thick skin. What 2015 inductee into the Baseball Hall of Fame won the 1997 NLCY? I don't know. The spacing is throwing me off here. The Cy Young Award. Yeah, the Cy Young Award with the Expos and AL Cy Young with the Red Sox. What 2015 inductee into the Baseball Hall of Fame won the 1997 National League Cy Young Award with the Expos and 2000 American League Cy Young with the Red Sox? I read the questions and I answer them in my head. The sports one are normally wrong. I don't always say them out loud to myself. Some I do. Some I don't. If you're looking to hire me as an MC, if it's a paid job, I will do my research. I will do better. Of course, Marie's got something to say.
I know this is a sports question, but I want to talk to you guys about something different. Yeah, and I'm even gonna come over here and say it even. So I know that you guys probably know this, maybe some of you. I'm a public school music teacher. For Dearborn Public Schools, I'm really proud of it. It's a great. I mean, I can't speak more highly of working in the city of Dearborn. I, like many music teachers, and other elective teachers, are looking at the budget cuts proposed for this school year. That's right, the school year that ended today, this week, and being afraid that, unfortunately, our school districts are going to be in the red already July 1st. In addition, the Senate also proposing a $650 per pupil cut for next school year and the year after. With all of that in mind, a lot of districts are going to be facing budget cuts and layoffs and program cutting. On Monday, we were able to garner a lot of support for a middle school program in our district, luckily, and get community support. I want to let you guys know, I know a lot of you are parents. I know a lot of you are involved in your communities. Even if you don't have kids, look, see what school district you live in, where you pay taxes, where you vote, and call that school district and talk about things that you think are important to keep, namely the arts. I know you guys are into the arts. Of course, you work in the arts. In my opinion, our schools would be nothing without the arts. So I urge you to call your schools now before they announce these cuts, before they start canceling these programs. And figure out a way. We're creative. We know how we can make those after-school programs safe for our students. Don't let that be an excuse to cut a program. Don't let budget cuts be an excuse to cut these programs. So theater programs, band programs, orchestra, general music, choral classes, and other types of music. So this is just kind of a PSA, and I know, but this is the time where they're doing staffing before their fiscal year begins on July 1st. And this is the time where they use the excuses like there's not enough interest in these programs, not enough students want to do them, not enough people in the community support the arts. So please, please, please reach out to these school districts. If you need help writing a letter or writing an email, I will write one for you. You can copy and paste, put your own spin on it. Contact school board members, school principals, and superintendents. Thank you. That's my little PSA for today.
You're going to be hard pressed to find anybody as passionate about anything as Maria is about
School budgets.
school. I was going to say.
School budgets. I'm always here to talk.
I was going to say about music education and public education, and she's just, as you can tell, she's very passionate about that sort of thing. Please take her up on the offer. If you want to do something, if you need help drafting a letter to your or to Maria's school district or any school district, she will help you. People have taken her up on the offer. Please do. You feel moved by her actions. All right. What 2015 inductee into the Baseball Hall of Fame won the 1997 National League Cy Young Award with the Expos and the 2000 American League Cy Young with the Red Sox? That would be Pedro Martinez. People demand a sports question every game, and there it is. That is the sports question. Moving on to question 6. Florida shares its borders with Alabama and what other state? Question 6. Florida shares its borders with Alabama and what other state? Nice little break. Instead of racking your brain around pop culture, you just kind of got to remember your 3rd or 4th grade geography. Not really any spoiler here, but the state lines in this general region haven't changed for some time. But I will tell you what has changed. Everybody hears generosity. It's gotten better. No. It's gotten better. It's gotten so much better.
We were at the top.
No. There's at a certain point, I feel we raised so much money that I feel guilty hawking everybody to donate more.
Wow.
Do you know what I mean?
But you'll do it.
I will do it because right now we're at such an awkward number, and I feel like we can round it out a bit. So far, for the DIO and the Muses of Dionysus, we've raised $590.
Yay!
$590. Great job, everybody. But if we could just get to 600, if we could get just $10 from anybody, whether it's 10 people donating $1, whether it's one person donating $10, so many other versions. If we could just get $10 more to get to that 600 or break 600, 590 is just, it's not aesthetically pleasing. If you take the time, write it out on a piece of paper, it's just a gross looking number. If we could get that to basically 5.9 and then any number after it just looks weird. If you could get that up to 600, maybe 601, 610, 603, 690. If we could just push that up to the 600s, that would be fantastic. I would really appreciate it. With that, we got all of our answers in, so we're going to go ahead and hop into this answer. Florida shares its border with Alabama, and what other state? That'd be Georgia. Oh my, what a horrid looking peach. What a horrid looking peach. It's very scary. He's dying.
I like it.
His eyes are getting crossed out when he's getting split, which makes sense. Look at his eyes get X's. He's dead. That's okay. I mean, we're all going to live through it. Just like we're all going to live through this pandemic. All right. Moving on to question 7. What character is played by actress Maggie Smith in the Harry Potter film series? What character is played by actress Maggie Smith in the Harry Potter film series? Again, if we could have someone help us break that 590 mark, it just looks really gross every time I look at it. I'd really appreciate it. To get $600 for the DIO would be phenomenal. I know that they would very much appreciate it, and I'll say it if nobody else has. They deserve it. Yeah. Yeah. And I know the DIO is joining us here, and we have a few teams going. Marie and I pull up a lot of information the best we can about the theaters that we're running for. I've only had the opportunity to visit the DIO once. I'm sorry to say. Certainly, reading more about it in your incredible season, and now that I know so many fine folks who work there, I certainly do look forward to coming back. What is the next show that I know the DIO's here, so I'm just going to ask, what's the next show that you currently have slated? Are you guys anticipating on getting your August show back up and running, or are you going to have to postpone a little bit later? Fortunately, I wasn't able to discern that myself because I'm not very clever. I think that'd be Head Over Heels, which is a super fun show.
It is fun.
The music of the Go-Go's. So if you like the Go-Go's, we're going to find out if the DIO is still doing it. And if they are,
We're going to go.
if they are, I would strongly encourage you to do it because they're going to do it well. If you know the quality of the performances they put on as well as the fine talent that they hire, it's going to be a great show.
That's a really fun dinner theater show.
It really is. You're going to be hard pressed to find anything better. It's just, it really fits the atmosphere beautifully.
That's cool.
And I could be wrong in that it is canceled. I don't know. I'm trying to find out. And they're going to tell us. They're going to tell us. So we just want to know if Head Over Heels is still going on or if that was an unfortunate casualty of the COVID-19 situation. All right. What character is played by actress Maggie Smith in the Harry Potter film series? We're looking for Minerva McGonagall, Hardcastle McCormick, Minerva McGonagall. She turns into a cat. Anytime you see a cat, don't trust it. Don't trust anyone.
Because it's her.
Because it could be her. Don't do anything you think would be incriminating in front of a cat because, it's just dangerous. It's just dangerous, man. It's messed up. It's messed up. All right, going on to question 8. According to a 2018 report by Business Insider, what is the third most common household pet in U.S. households after cats and dogs? According to a 2018 report by Business Insider, what is the third most common household pet in U.S. households after cats and dogs? If anybody has a beloved or cherished pet, whether it's from their childhood that they've never been able to move past, or current an incredible pet that you have right now in your own house, put your pet's name. Maybe their childhood pet is still alive. Maybe if it's like a tortoise or a parrot. Yeah. Put your favorite childhood pet in the chat. If you don't like pets and you don't have a pet, just go ahead and put a hashtag all pet set. Wow, our hashtags have been really bad the past couple games.
Yeah,
I know. I just don't. Sorry, I'm trying to pull them, but you know, we don't pre-write our material other than the questions. Ah, Cooper. Beautiful name for an animal. Probably a dog. It's a beautiful dog name. Moon Pies. Is that a cat? Raina, I'm guessing Moon Pies is a cat name? I could be wrong. It just jumps out to cat name. If I ever got a cat, I would want a big fat orange cat and I would name him Falafel. I have told you that. That's the only way. I don't like cats very much, but it's just a good name for a specific type of cat. If I could get an big old orange cat, I would name him Falafel. Salty, a bird named Salty. What about kids? Kids are kind of like the ultimate pet, I suppose. It's a great high risk to high reward scenario because you can really put a lot into it and get some good stuff out of it. Best I can get Pink to do is sit, stand, and lie down. And even then, she's very bad at lie down. According to the 2018 report by Business Insider, what is the third most common household pet in U.S. households after cats and dogs? That'd be fish. I love that otter.
Andy, that was one of the first ones that popped.
Yeah. Maria and I have talked about this GIF for 10 years. It's just a favorite GIF of ours. Before WebMs were a thing, before little dot moves that you could put on your phone. We just talk about this GIF a lot. We do this dance a lot. All right, going on to question 9. What color are the horseshoe-shaped marshmallows that were introduced to Lucky Charms cereal in 1983? Question 9. What color are the horseshoe-shaped marshmallows that were introduced to Lucky Charms cereals in 1983? If you got a favorite sugar cereal, if you love sugar cereal in general, Maria's not a big sugar cereal fan, but I can't get enough of that Captain Crunch. Oh boy.
Oh, that's disgusting.
It's incredible. Peanut butter crunch, regular Captain Crunch.
I like the computer game.
Oh my gosh, the computer game. If anybody remembers a beautiful 1996 game that came with Chex called Chex Quest, I've been following this guy for about 4 years. There's this one guy who was remaking the Chex Quest, a free computer game that came out in 1996 boxes of Chex. And he remade it. He's working out for 4 years, and at a certain point, he got a hold of Chex, and Chex said, yeah, we can make this an official game, and started paying him. It finally came out last month. So look up Chex Quest HD if you want to play a remake of a super tacky cereal-based point-and-click shooter. If you love that sugar cereal, go ahead and put a hashtag cereal killer. If you hate that sugar cereal, go ahead and put hashtag cereal thinner. I was on to something there and I lost it. Frosted mini wheats. I think we can. I think a lot of people can get behind frosted mini wheats.
I was just gonna say.
No, Pat Loose. No, frosted mini wheats. They're good stuff. I don't know what Kez is talking about mixing cereals. That's a bit much.
Wow, that's so gross.
I'm sorry, Kez. Maria is shuddering at the thought of this. I don't enjoy the idea of it, but I'm out. I'm not going to try it. Not a big Crunchberry fan, although I love the Crunchberry games. The Crunchling, the Captain Crunch's Crunchling Adventure. Another tacky CD-ROM that came in sugar cereal boxes. Maria will just eat loose grape nuts without milk, without water. She'll just...
Oh, and no milk. That's disgusting. Milk and cereal is so gross.
I don't get it.
Milk in general is just... Who made that? It's so gross.
Are Oreo O's still a thing, Thomas?
That sounds... I would try that.
He says it tastes like Oreos in a good way. All right. What color are the horseshoe-shaped marshmallows that were introduced to Lucky Charms cereal in 1983? Purple. Purple. Oh, that's a fun gif. Maria finds great gifs. She's looking at it now. He's throwing away a box of Lucky Charms.
Oh, yeah, because they're gross.
Yeah. You can get just the Lucky Charms marshmallows if you want.
No, that's even worse.
Is it? Okay.
Yes.
Oh, you love marshmallows, I thought. I don't know.
No, you think those are marshmallows?
Well, they're freeze dried. Oh boy. Moving on to the final regular question of the game. Triple sec liqueur is flavored like what fruit? Triple sec liqueur is flavored like what fruit? I have a feeling that a lot of you are going to get this right.
They always get the alcohol.
Yeah, we need more alcohol questions. We'll call those our freebie questions. Rolling in. Yeah, people know it. There's no delay. People are just bombarding us with the answer.
Yeah.
Fruity Pebbles on ice cream. I could see that. I could see that as a good going with vanilla.
Like just a little couple.
Like as a topper and vanilla ice cream or vanilla bean. I'd be about that. I'd definitely be about that.
Did you have sugar cereal as a kid?
Me? Yes, I did.
What did you guys buy?
Captain Crunch and Mini Wheats and Frosted Flakes were probably about the main ones. I haven't had sugar cereal for a long time, but talking about it is making me think about it. Love a good Captain Crunch. K. Trevor Wilson is a Canadian comedian who has a great bit about Captain Crunch. They're Canadians, so they just have regular Captain Crunch in Canada. And he has a great 5-6 minute set about how upset he is that America has several kinds of Captain Crunch. K. Trevor Wilson, fun guy. All right, get those answers in. We still got a little bit more time on the clock. As far as everybody's generosity here, like I said, we don't have a lot of teams playing this week. We only have a $50 prize. We only got about 19, 20 teams playing. No. 20 is a lot of groups. 20 is definitely a lot of groups, but we've had up to 35. Yeah. So 20 in comparison isn't very much, but we have raised so much money with much fewer groups than we normally have. And I find that to be incredible. We did indeed break that $600 barrier. I don't know if I mentioned, but we did break the $600 barrier. So thank you all so much for your kindness. Triple sec liqueur is flavored like what fruit? That'd be the orange. Is a beautiful orange flavored liqueur that goes great with a lot of things. Not a Golden Grams guy. Just doesn't do it for me. Because I don't think they're bad. They're just not my go-to. Mixing is beyond me. I don't think we're ever going to agree on that, Kez, but if you love Golden Grams, I'm all for it. We had Golden Grams as an answer a few weeks ago. All right, we're going to go on over to our bonus round. Our bonus round is going to be a series of questions. Again, make sure you're sending just one answer message to Maria. Just one answer message to Maria. 2 points per correct answer. Irish actors. Name the actor who was born in Ireland who appears in the following films. Again, name the actor who was born in Ireland who appear in the following films. So we're going to be looking for 4 actors. Each number is 1 actor. Actor number 1, Schindler's List, The Dark Knight Rises, Taken. Schindler's List, The Dark Knight Rises, Taken. Number 2, Bend It Like Beckham, August Rush, Mission Impossible 3. Bend It Like Beckham, August Rush, Mission Impossible 3. Actor number 3, The Book of Eli, Sleepy Hollow, Harry Potter, and The Goblet of Fire. The Book of Eli, Sleepy Hollow, Harry Potter, and that big old Goblet of Fire. And number 4, Minority Report, Miami Vice, and Total Recall. Actor number 4, Minority Report, Miami Vice, Total Recall. Now, we've had these answers up in the question, and it took a little while to read them all, so we're just going to go to regular 2 minutes. You've had plenty of time to look at those. Talk it over amongst your teams, and send us those actors in order in one message. I'm going to get a glass of water. "30 seconds left on the clock." All right, and we're at time.
Whoa.
No?
No, we're not.
Oh, sorry.
Give them 25 seconds.
Okay, we're going to give you another 30
Don't give
seconds.
them any warnings at all.
Okay.
So yeah.
Sure.
It's,
We're at 30
feedback that
seconds.
people have given me in the past, so I don't.
Sure.
I just don't want to. Also, I don't like.
Yeah, go ahead. We'll give you a little more time there. 30 seconds left to get those answers in. And I'm going to be honest here. I fudged the math a little bit. We're still doing great. I made a slight error because I forgot to take the prize winnings out on some of that math. So technically we're at 585, but Maria and I are going to break that 600 ourselves. We're going to round it up to 600. So right now we're at $600 with our prize money still on the rise. Again, first place is going to be walking away with $35. Second place is going to be walking home with $15. Nothing to scoff at there. Maria, how are we going? Still waiting on a few more teams. We'll give you a little extra time. We'll give you just another 20 seconds. We're at $600 for the DIO Theater. Generous souls, all of you. Thank you all so much. $600 raised for the DIO Theater, which is a beautiful act of charity on all of you. We are just about to head on over to our final round. And we're at 5 minutes. We're going to call that time for your bonus answers. Again, if you don't answer the bonus question or you get a few answers wrong, again, no deductions. It's 2 points per correct answer. All right, so we had Schindler's List, Dark Knight Rises, and Taken. Our second actor was in Bend It Like Beckham, August Rush, and Mission Impossible 3. Our third actor was The Book of Eli, Sleepy Hollow, and Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. And our fourth actor was in Minority Report, Miami Vice, and Total Recall. The actors we were looking for were Liam Neeson, Jonathan Rhys-Meyers, Michael Gambon, and Colin Farrell. Those are the Irish actors that we were looking for, and we got a lot of them in. I'm going to have to double check and see if anybody got an actual perfect score on all four of those, but at least almost all of you knew at least a couple of those. So big round of applause for yourselves. A bonus round, a great time to get the equalizers. And Maria is determining your current scores. She's going to read them to you in just a minute. While you are thinking about how you want to play this, because again, you're going to be able to bet all of your scores, all the points that you've won so far, and you can double it, you can half it, you can lose it all. It's up to you on how much you want to bet. But of course, after this final question, whoever has the most points is going to be the winner. Take home that prize money. Our category, so consider this when Maria gives you your scores, our category is going to be American companies. Oh, you ready now? Great.
I am ready.
I thought I was falling for you. Great.
Nope.
Great.
All right, your scores. Tim is Thinking, 24 points. Temple of Zoom, 34 points. Team Troglodytes, 18 points. Brown Street Babes, 35 points. Corn Team Triple Date, 72 points. Rebel Rousties, 29 points. TP Team, 68 points. The Barn Rats, 16 points. Waiting for Fauci, 24 points. Let's Meet at the Theater, 52 points. GoPros, 74 points. Open Book Starcatcher, 69 points. Those People, 16 points. Last week's winners, 18 points. Team Kelvin, 22 points. Ronnie Myrtle, 72 points. Polana, 20 points. Kevin and the Zits, 24 points. Smashing the Patriarchy, 68 points. And the Greek Gods, 46 points. Let me know if I got something wrong. Let me know your wager.
That's right. Send your wager in to Maria. You have 2 minutes to send your wager in. 2 minutes to send your wager in. It's going to be a close game. I'm going to tell you that. You heard the scores. We didn't hide them. If you don't know what your score is, let us know ASAP if you need us to repeat it to you. Because you got 2 minutes, just a little under 2 minutes now to get those scores in. Meg, unfortunately, Marie and I determined very early on that the baby would not be a prize. Certainly tempting.
Babysitting?
Babysitting, babysitting could
What
be
are
a
you
prize.
doing every Wednesday?
Yeah, we need a sitter on Wednesdays. Once the school year starts. If the school year starts.
Don't eat the.
You heard about the budget.
I can. Oh, you think they're just gonna shut down all the schools?
Yeah. Recoup the loss. Shut the schools down this year so the budget rolls forward to the next year. Then you start with a nice big budget for that year.
That's not how it works. If you don't use it, you lose it, Andy.
Oh, boy.
Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting.
Sort of.
Hmm.
If you didn't pass your school bond this year, don't complain.
Wow, hot take.
When you lose school services next year, talking to you, Dearborn.
Oh, Dearborn. Came in close.
No, not really. Well, yeah, kind of.
Thought it was like 40%.
Yeah, it was like 40-60. It's not bad.
No.
But they're going to be
not
sad
great.
when they lose a lot of services because they voted no on the school bond. Don't you guys love when I talk about school budgets?
School budgets are great. We got a lot of teams coming up. Really excited to see how things land because we got a lot of fierce competitors. We got TP Team, we got Polona. I didn't hear from Kevin of the Zits,
Yeah,
but they're playing. They are playing. Kevin of the Zits,
You know what?
Kevin of the Zits and Polona,
But are they going to get...
they're fierce competitors. TP Team, another fierce competitor. Quarantine, a lot of fierce competitors.
Team Troglodytes is usually up there.
Yeah, Team Troglodyte. You got to give it up for Team Troglodyte. Speaking of Team Troglodyte, Mad Dwarf Bakery, we got 75.
35. Oh, 70.
We got 70 shortbreads delivered to our house for a little for our Zito's baptism. Incredible. Just again, look up Mad Dwarf Bakery on Facebook. Order it. They're super cheap. It's a pack of 2 for $2.
They're big. They're good.
They're big. They're good size. They're not wee little shortbreads. They're good size. They're hefty. Beautiful Celtic shortbread. Order them from Mad Dwarf Bakery. I love the chocolate chip. The other ones were great. We had vanilla and lemon and cherry. Those were all fantastic, but the chocolate chip was incredible. So shout out Mad Dwarf Bakery. Get their baked goods. They are open and they're incredible. They're open for business. All right. American companies is our final question category. We told you what it is, so don't get upset by this next question because it is exactly what we talked about. Go ahead and send your answers in. Thought. Lowit is best known for manufacturing an entirely different gang of products. What company, founded in 1903, introduced something far from its wheelhouse during the 1990s? A cologne line featuring varieties such as Black Fire, Destiny, Legendary, and Hot Road. Though it is best known for manufacturing an entirely different gang of products, what company, founded in 1903, introduced something far from its wheelhouse during the 1990s? A cologne line featuring varieties such as Black Fire, Destiny, Legendary, and Hot Road. This is our final question of the night, unless we got ties. We have 4 minutes on the clock. 4 minutes on the clock.
Four-way tie on Monday.
We did have a 4-way tie on Monday. We had to bust out some tiebreakers. We got some in the bank just in case we need them. But it's going to be tight. It's going to be a tight game. You got a little under 4 minutes on the clock. You have about 3.5 minutes on the clock. Get those answers in. Yonaroo. You got 1 minute left on the clock. 1 minute left to make your best effort to win this round of trivia. All right. Good news. We're at time. Maria, do we need to wait for anybody? Should we be generous? We're still waiting on a few teams. We're going to do a quick countdown for y'all. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So we have a tie for second place. Quarantine Triple Date and Ronnie Myrtle. So we have Quarantine Triple Date and Ronnie Myrtle. You are both tied for second place. This is going to be a question just for them. I'm All right. So I'm going to read it out to you. Unfortunately, we don't have it quite written out. We're going to type in the chat. Without going over, how far was Orville Wright's fourth, final, and furthest airplane flight on December 17th, 1903? How far was Orville Wright's fourth, final, and furthest airplane flight on December 17th, 1903? That is whoever's closest to the amount of feet without going over. Closest in the amount of feet without going over. So please do not give it to me in meters or miles. We're talking about the amount of feet without going over. I'm going to type that into the chat. Oh, I guess we should give them the answer to the actual question.
I don't have the answer. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Load is all right. So everybody go ahead and yes, I'm giving you the answer to the final question. While they're thinking about that, Load is best known for manufacturing an entirely different gang of products. What company, founded in 1903, introduced something far from its wheelhouse during the 1990s, a cologne line featuring varieties such as Blackfire, Destiny, Legendary, and Hot Road? Harley Davidson. Harley Davidson is the answer we were looking for. So we're going to build the suspense because we already have a first place winner. So if you got that one right, oh boy, stay on your toes. Maybe you got it. Maybe you bet more than everybody. But if you're with the two teams that we listed earlier, go ahead and consider that question. How far was Orville Wright's fourth, final, and farthest flight on December 17th, 1903? I know, butterflies aren't animals. Harley Davidson isn't a cologne line, but here we are. You have 2 minutes to get that answer in. I don't think we should. I'm being generous. If they get it in sooner, I would love it. I see the recommendation and complaint. Yeah. I'll keep that on my next time. I'll give the final answer before I give the bonus, before the tiebreaker. I get it. We'll take critiques.
No.
We just won't take critiques on Maria's questions. If you think an answer is wrong, that's a different thing.
Listen, people have complained to me many times about the format, that there should be like a whiteboard that Andy writes the time.
Sure.
You know, people have given plenty of suggestions, and I say thank you.
Yeah, the suggestions are fine. That's an okay suggestion. It's saying that our questions are poor, or format overall poor, a little much. We can't do a timer for reasons I won't go into. It's because sometimes we need more than 2 minutes for behind the scenes things. Okay, so we have our winners. Oh, I'm sorry. No, we don't. Sorry, we got those in. Apologize.
Do you know what the answer to the question is?
I do know what the answer is. You got them in? I'm pulling it back up.
Yeah.
All right, so we got our tiebreaker in. The answer to that question was 852. How many did Ronnie say?
Ronnie Myrtle said 645.
645.
Team said 389.
Quarantine went over with 389, giving too much credit to Orville Wright.
No, they didn't.
What did you say? Oh, 389 going over. I thought you said 3,809. I misheard you. Anyways, regardless, Ronnie is still our second place champion. So big round of applause to that team. What's the team's name once more? Ronnie Myrtle. Ronnie Myrtle, big round of applause. Oh, and immediately they told us they donated it. Very kind. Wow. And that means that our winner is GoPros. Congratulations on your first place winnings. For GoPros, you won $35. Thank you so much for playing. Everybody played a great game, but just GoPros, they just went a little harder. They're a new team, right, Maria? Wow. See, anybody can come in. You know, our top contenders, they fought hard, but GoPros just came in. They made some smart bets. So GoPros, congratulations. Very exciting news. You know, not often do we get a first-time contender as the winner, so it's very exciting. We had 144 points for second place and 148 points for GoPro. So that's just a difference of 4 points. So a big round of applause to GoPros. Oh, and GoPros also donating. Very, 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 very kind of them. Thank you so much, GoPros. I know the DIO is going to truly appreciate that. And I appreciate all of you playing and being so generous with your time and money. I know, like we've said before, it's a pretty weird situation out here. So I know some of you who can't donate today, that's A-okay. Consider going and visiting the DIO in a few months from now. Those of you who do have the ability to donate, thank you so much. No amount was too big or too small. Everybody chipped in, and it's really just incredible. Everybody coming together in the community and donating this money to the DIO and the Muses of Dionysus. I'm doing my quick math right here. I'm going to give you that final number in just a moment. Wow. Incredible. Our total today for the DIO Theater and the Muses of Dionysus, that is $650. $650. Incredible job, everybody. Incredible job. Thank you all so much for your charity and generosity. DIO Theater, Muses of Dionysus, you're going to be getting that $650 pretty soon, sometime next week. So thank you all. We're glad that the DIO can offer such great theater to the area. $650 to the beautiful DIO Theater. Again, if you haven't had the opportunity to visit them before, I strongly recommend it. Pinckney is the jewel of Livingston County. I'll say it. Name one other great thing about Livingston County. They're a lovely place to live. That's true. But I say the DIO is the jewel, and I don't know who's going to dispute that. I don't know what other cities are in Livingston County. We're sorry. We and I are having trying to sort something out here on our end. Anyways, we're just kind of talking a bit now. We're double checking a few things. We do have another game next week, every Thursday, of course, for the time being. Our next event is going to be Box Fest Detroit, a beautiful organization. It's a welcome party for Kaniki. It is also a welcome party for their new producer, Kaniki Jones. I know a lot of us have worked with Box Fest. They're going to have a brand new format due to the quarantine. Love Box Fest. I've worked with Box Fest for about 6 years in a row. No, maybe 4 years in a row, maybe about like 8 years overall. So I love working with Box Fest. They're an incredible organization. And we're going to have another round of trivia. Maria here and I here are going to be full of pep and vigor. Yeah, yay for Box Fest. Trying to make that. Again, we're going to be here next Thursday. Maria and I are not going to be doing a post game tonight. We have some other activities that we need to attend to. Again, if you haven't been to the DIO, make sure you get going. Again, their website has plenty of information. DIOtheater.com. We haven't heard about Head Over Heels. They didn't get back to us on that. That's okay. They're going to release some updates soon, sure. But check out DIOtheater.com. And we will be, thank you so much for helping us raise that $650. And we'll see you next week, next Thursday at 7 o'clock for Box Fest Detroit. Everybody, have a great day. Bye-bye. Head Over Heels coming in spring 2021. Got it. Great. Pushback. Love it.